I'm sure you heard of moon landing was fake. What if I tell you space planet is also not there? Stay and watch till the end. Let me explain to you, but before I do that, I want to do a recap. So I'm making this mini series, and this mini series is about the message that I receive by downloading and channeling from the quantum field. And I've been doing these little episodes related to the message that I've been received recently. So to recap on the past few episodes, first one was about me learning a lot of AI these days, and I starting to see the reflection and the coordination of our simulation reality that reflects to the AI that I'm learning. So the first episode that I shared was like all the celebrity movie stars that we see on the screens, or even politicians that we see on the screen, is not real. It's all been made by AI. I believe it's been a little bit over 20 years, 2 decades, or maybe more. We don't know, okay? But at least since the year 2000. In 1.2 episode, I went ahead and dived into the decades, the uniqueness of the decade, because seems, as I mentioned, our reality has been hijacked since year 2000. So prior to 2000, we have decades 90s, 80s, or 70s, 60s has its own significance. But since after year 2000, we lost that. Everything seems so blend in. And if you just look at the movies or the movie industry, it seems like it's all remakes. And also the Mandela effect that kind of start kicks in. And we start seeing little glitches here and there after the year 2000. So that's the episode that I made for the first part. And the second part, which I will start talking about our Earth, our planet Earth, and the message that I received. Our Earth is not a round spinning ball, and it's also not flat. We are actually living inside a dome, under a dome, and the ice wall of the South Pole, Antarctica, has other civilizations, other cities, other domes, and the dome has many different layers. So today I'm just going to share something, continue on this part of the message that I received about outer space. So there's no spinning ball like our Earth, then there's no outer space. And NASA has been, unfortunately, lying to us and making up these stories and educate us about outer space, astronauts, because just think about it. If we are in a covered in a glass dome, under a glass dome, we were never able to fly out of that barrier. I heard many astronauts that they, even these days or back then, when they started the rocket journey, they took some liquids. And it seems like these liquid, it's called pink liquid or something. And I think these liquids are some sort of make you don't remember anything. Okay. It's very odd and strange. And also because I also put the relationship between our planets, let's say Mars, Jupiter, all the correlation, all the alignment of our solar system, and Earth is the third planet, which is our third dimension. I see the relationship of the alignment of the planet is similar to the alignment of our chakra in a spiritual aspect. Okay, the message when I receive is that there's no rockets, there's no astronaut, there's no going out of space, even there's no satellites. Because if you really think about it, our sun is very hot. The sun temperature varies dramatically by layers, and its core scorched hot at around 27 million Fahrenheit. Okay, that's pretty hot, right? Pretty burning. Just imagine if we send astronaut or even put in satellite up there with this type of heat, this type of temperature. I don't think the machine, the satellite will survive. I don't think the astronaut with the suit will survive. Right? And also the temperature in the space varies wildly, but the average is around 2.7 Kelvin, meaning it's minus 455 Fahrenheit. So you're telling me those machines, either way, if with the sun's temperature or with the temperature of outer space, the machines or even the rockets, it will not survive. Either they were frozen, it won't be working, or it'll be too hot, it'll be burned. So this is the message I was receiving. There's actually no space, no rockets, and the only way we are ascending to fifth dimension is basically Mars. So Elon Musk is talking about going to the Mars. It's actually ascending us to the fifth dimension, and that is by our astral projection. Our body is a reflection of our Earth. Just look at your surrounding. All the trees, the branches, it's a reflection of our body. Our body is essentially a third dimension, right? And our subconscious stays in our body. And subconscious is like a local data storage. Okay. And fourth dimension is our mind, which is the space and time. So some people also mention the moon is a satellite station or a military station. That is actually not true, because if you see the night sky and there's a lot of stars, it's all projections. Some people also explain the moon, the shadow on the moon, the location is the same reflection of our Earth, the continents on our Earth. And why is that? Is I realize, okay, if our Earth, our reality is a simulation and covered with a dome, then that means, for example, let's say there's a projection outside of the dome, like a movie projector, okay? And when that projector project into the dome, which we call it Earth, and that glass dome, which is will reflect whatever it projects. So if you go to a movie theater next time, just go sit on the very, very top and next to the projector, and you will see there's a square hole that allows the projector to project the light through that hole. And before that, there's a glass. And when you see that glass, whatever they pictured or movies, films they project, it will reflect onto that glass and it goes out to the screen. So, same thing here. The moon is actually a projector of the light that we see the reflection at nighttime because of the dome, the glass dome. And the glass dome reflects whatever project, which in this case is our Earth continent. So that's why we see the Earth. That's why we see the moon from the Earth point of view down in the third dimension. We see the moon has a shadow of the Earth continent. And that's the reason why, because the reflection coming from the glass dome. Okay. I know this is a lot, but take it or leave it. This is a lot of science, or a lot of people already discovered this kind of weird, strange, if you want to call it, phenomenon. But the reason I make all these videos is to awaken your consciousness. We have two consciousness, right? Consciousness and subconsciousness. Subconsciousness is, like I mentioned, it's local. It's in our body. And our conscious, it can travel astral projection to different dimensions, different realities, different timelines. Okay. So, in order for us to do that, we have to expand our conscious and not just stay our subconscious. And that's the reason why I'm making these videos, expand your conscious awareness so you can get outside of your subconscious, which is mainly it was or is or was programmed by our matrix programming on Earth right here. Okay. And if you have any experience or have any knowledge of what I just described, you can leave a comment here on the YouTube or write a review on the audio platform. So this is the second part of the Earth message that I received related to space and Earth. I believe in the next 12 to 48 months, a lot of disclosure is going to come out, and it's going to come out through the current Trump administration, but it's also because the AI, okay? I know a lot of spiritual teachers or guys, they are not really into AI and they think AI is evil, but I'm more of blend into science, technology, and spiritual, three bodies, right? And with these three bodies, I can see through different layers of our reality, our simulations, and AI is a tool. It's not here to dominate us. It's a tool to help guide us, help us to understand who we are actually and where we are, because a lot of the history that we've been told is actually a big lie. And the reason I was able to see through these layers of manipulations and hijacking of our reality is because of a spiritual awakening plus the technology and the science, quantum mechanic and quantum physics. So next episode, I'm continuing to share this message, and this time is going to blend into more the spiritual side of our earth, because as I mentioned a little bit, our earth, our body is actually representing our earth, and it reflects what we see in this space or screen of earth reality. Okay, so you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And if you're on the audio platform, please also write me a review and follow. I'll see you in the next episode. Stay safe out there and peace within.